Representative Lauren Boebert was ripped apart on social media for going after a nonprofit group for the crime of helping migrants. She writes, Denver has now opened a hotline for residents to call up and offer their own homes to illegals. This is the most asinine and ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Actually, no, it sounds pretty great. It sounds like the Christian thing to do. And by the way, isn't that what right-wingers keep telling people who want to bring in undocumented immigrants that they should do? You know, hey, if you love illegals so much, then why don't you let them live with you? And this nonprofit's like, you know what? That's a great idea. We're gonna help people do just that. According to its website, Hope Host Program places migrants in need of with host families who can provide spare living space for up to 90 days. It also provides job placement support. The organization, which launched back in November of 2023 with a group of 1,000 moms and neighbors, who over the course of 12 weeks organized host homes for more than 350 migrants, served more than 53,000 meals at Colorado encampments, and raised more than $250,000. That is amazing. Excellent work. On May 1st, Hope Has No Borders was connected to Colorado's immigration hotline in order to help streamline the process of connecting hosts with people in need. Now, Boebert, she looks at that and says, no, not like that. No, I don't want, why are you helping those people? Oh, look, Boebert never wanted to help migrants. The right wing doesn't want to help migrants. They just say that because they believe that everyone else is as racist as they are, and that they'll never open up their homes or their hearts to migrant families. I mean, let's be honest about this.
The Republican Party's racist.
Okay. I love how they keep getting proven wrong, okay, that most of the country does not agree with them on immigration. Like, for example, when Ron DeSantis dropped off a bunch of migrants at Martha's Vineyard, thinking that, these libs living in blue states and their gated communities, they're just as hateful as we are. So we're going to drop off those migrants, and then we'll see how you deal with them. And what did they do? That community came together and showed compassion and love, and they helped them and organized housing for them, food, employment. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. That's wonderful. But people like Boebert think, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. No, you're supposed to hate these people. You're supposed to shun them. You're supposed to send them back to the terrible conditions that forced them to leave in the first place because they're brown. And she thinks that way again because, well, they don't believe that migrants are human, that they deserve empathy and compassion. She has no empathy whatsoever. And she makes the mistake of thinking that everyone else agrees with her, that everyone is as scared of them as she is. Now, the website includes a quote from a local woman, Erin Francis, who says she twice had volunteered to host, saying, I highly recommend it. I didn't really know the families before they came into my extra bedroom, but now they are like family. That's wonderful. And of course, understand that enrages the far right more than anyone else, because the far right thrives in the unknown. They thrive when people are afraid. So if you know people from these communities, if you know migrants, if you know trans people, if you know people who are non-binary or gay, and you get to know them as human beings, you can put a face to that and say, you know what? All that stuff that you're saying about these groups, it's just not true. I know these people, and they're good people, and they're just trying to survive, and they're just trying to thrive. So what you're saying about them is completely wrong. Now, Boebert, by the way, speaking of wrong, she included a false claim that the Biden administration is paying migrants more than $2,000 a month. That's just not true. Here's what she said, though. We need to close the damn border and have some semblance of a sovereign nation again. Our border is not open. We actually have an incredibly closed border. The entire world sees this stuff and thinks, we're a joke of a nation, and we're really beginning to look like one. Hey, if the United States is beginning to look like a joke of a nation, it's because of clowns like Boebert. People that get handsy in a theater with children present, and yet are out there crying about, the drag queens, they're grooming our children. No, they're not. Look, she got rightly called out by pretending or for pretending to be a good moral Christian, when of course she's not. Hey, Bobo, they're called Christians or Good Samaritans, said Peggy Gabor. We are all aware, especially CO04, that's a real stretch for your comprehension. Indeed. Leave it up to a Christian to be upset about people opening up their homes to the less fortunate, said Boston Smalls. Well, again, not a real Christian, fake Christian. In fact, GOP complicit says just that. Tell us more about how you're a fake Christian. Lee HG Jr. writes, your Christian values are showing. And ex-user JustVent6 says, Bobo is peddling hate. So now here's the thing. These people housing migrants in their home, they're doing the actual Christian thing. I mean, I can read off a couple of Bible quotes here. Zechariah 7:9-10 said, show kindness and mercy to one another. Do not oppress the widow, the orphan, the alien. And they don't mean, Alf or whatever, or the poor. And do not devise evil in your hearts against one another. Or E.T., right? No, the alien means the foreigner, the outsider, etc. In fact, there's a lot of quotes talking about how you need to welcome the outsider as if they are one of your own. Another said, this is Romans 12:13, contribute to the needs of the saints, extend hospitality to strangers. There's plenty more of them, but I think at this point, you get it. You understand that Lauren Boebert, not a real Christian, doesn't actually, show Christian values or live by any sort of Christian values, and is just using that in order to both probably make herself feel better, and two, promote herself to evangelicals in order to get votes.